Welcome to round 4 of the Formula America League on, coming to you live from Monaco. It is round 4 and we are at probably the toughest and the roughest of all tracks, the Monaco Grand Prix. It is one devilish of a track filled with narrow straights and sharp turns. Welcome, I am your host, the Zebra 94, and I'm very proud to be commentating this race, as it should be a very exciting one. Good to see who will come out on top. Will it be WZ9 for the third race in a row? Will someone come to dethrone the phenomenal racer from down under at such a young age, at 18 years old? Speaking of Dubsy, there he is. Won last week at the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's ride with them for a bit on the ultra soft tires, the purple tires. Even just looking at it from here, very windy and twisty. I raced here at the Formula Performance League and didn't finish. So let's give you a look at the track coming from Dubsy's eyes through the first turn. There's wide out the left side, so you want to avoid that. Then uphill, kind of swerving. You want to brake, kind of coast into that turn, and then brake coast into that turn. So a left followed by a right. You want to gas and then brake hard, see that tire smoke into that right turn, then braking hard into that sharp left turn, and downhill into another right. And then through the tunnel, it's got a elongated right turn. You want to brake down into the sharp left-right chicane. You do not want to be cutting corners there. You be very, excuse me, I lost train of thought. Very, very bad. And then another left-right, and then followed by a right-left. And you want to brake hard into the final two turns. Right turn, and then you want to be careful with this one because this is where I lost a tire. Into the last right turn, coming into the straight, and then crossing the finish line. Take a look at BWA Clyde as he begins his lap. Going through the speed trap, through the tunnel. Braking hard. I mean, you can afford to cut the corner a little bit, but you don't want to just straight up just drive across it. And smoke there. I don't know what's going on right there. There's B more. So our newcomer Dice decided to sit this one out, for he only didn't make it that far due to some technical difficulties with the game, so he decided to sit this one out, as Monaco is a very narrow track and for his worry of causing someone else a race. And that's okay, but hopefully we'll see you next week, Dice. There's P-Dog Peyton in the Williams. See, stuff like that you gotta watch out for. Even the slightest mistake can cause you to go into the pits, lose time. No one wants that. And right there, perfect example of P-Dog going into the pits. As soon as you hit that first right turn, you gotta make another sharp right turn into the pits. Pit speed limit 30 miles an hour. So we got King of Powder racing in the McLaren Honda, currently in 5th place. And he spins out like a ballerina, but recovers nicely. And looks like he's just looking to finish clean with no damage. You have to be careful, for sure. Let's take a look at Stimpson now. Driving really close to the wall to make that nice clean turn going into the tunnel. We're approaching 12 minutes left of qualifying. Less of a turn up this week than last week. We only have 10 drivers. Well, 9. Not including myself. There's 9 drivers. Hopefully we'll be able to see more come after qualifying. But if not, you know, free easy points for sure for those who need points. So really all I have to do is race clean and finish 10th. Get a point. So look at Disabled Fear as he's coming out the pits to start his flying lap out. He's on super softs. BW Clyde in 9th. Let's take a look at the timings. Dubsy with a 113.5. Fastest in sectors 2 and 3. Stimpson, 2nd place with a 114.82. And he's fastest in sector 1, followed by Rick with a 114.86, B Moore with a 115.04, P Dog with a 115.5, King of Powder with a 117.5, and Disabled Fear, UGA Bulldogs, BW Clyde have yet to set a time. And I know Rick can go faster. I've seen him push I believe it was a 113.9 at practice a couple nights ago. So, you know, we'll see. And definitely going to be interesting. 8 of the 9 cars are on track. There's Dubsy. We got Stimpson, 2nd place. Rick, 3rd. B Moore in 4th. Saw Rick and B Moore practicing a couple nights ago. I believe B Moore went about 114.1 was his fastest time. So hopefully we'll be able to see him break into the 113s for qualifying. P-Dog Payton in 5th, raced on super softs. Only person so far. Maybe he's trying to conserve those ultra soft tires for the possible fast last stint. We'll see. There's only 3 tire compounds for dry today here at Monaco. You have your Ultra Soft, which is the tires with the purple rings around it. And you have the Super Softs, tires with the red ring around it. And you just have regular soft, which is tire. See, the Super Soft red ring around it. Excuse me for that. And then you have the normal soft, which is tire with the yellow ring around it. So those are the 3 allotted compounds they give you. Unless it starts raining and drizzling, then you have your intermediate and wet tires. And it's just, I mean, at least it's not going to be too crowded. Maybe some people will join. Just got a notification asking if someone could join. Carding is key. Formerly known as Vizeres, but unfortunately he will have to join after qualifying. so that is unfortunate. Try to be there on time. I know it's hard. VW Clyde is going into the pits. So we look at King of Powder as he starts a new lap. Racing uphill in 6th. We have P-Dog Peyton. And we're gonna go silent for a couple minutes. I will be right back. But for now, enjoy Rick doing some laps in the Ferrari. I will be right back. And we are back, or never really left. I am back. I just had to pull up some information to share with you guys when the race goes on. Look as though if Rick went into the pits. We have a look at BWA Clyde. As looks like he's still having some rough times with the track, but pretty sure we'll do just fine for sure. So let's take a look at the timings right now, see if anyone has gotten faster or beaten Dubsy. And so far Dubsy still stays in the lead, or in the pole, with 113.3, and then Rick moving up in second place, the 114.15, almost a second off of pace. Dubsy, you are a animal. You're an alien. Unreal. Then you have B Moore with a 114.7, Simpson with a 114.82, and then right behind him is Disabled Fear in a 114.85. Unbelievable. We just reached a 5-minute point. 5 minutes left of qualifying. Next up you have P-Dog Peyton, a 115.53, and then King of Powder, a 115.8, and then BWA Clyde, 116.2, and then UGA Bulldogs yet to even complete a lap. So interesting if he's just going to go out there and try to set a couple of laps or not. Next we're going to take a look at Simpson riding through. Oh, and oof, spins out and hits the wall hard. And he's going to have to go back in and get his front wing replaced. Going for a ride with him. It seemed like perfect timing almost. But hopefully that doesn't happen in the race, because it's going to take some time off. After back at looking at P-Dog Peyton going through the tunnel and then braking hard into the left-right chicane. And Dubsy, he's on his outlap. Alright, 3 cars out, so let's ride with BWA Clyde. brake hard into that sharp left. Into the sharp right and going through the tunnel, which is my favorite part to drive through. You get a lot of speed and then you brake hard down into that sharp left right chicane. Well, let's switch cameras. I realized I was on that camera for quite some time. I apologize. With our current pole sitter Dubsy. So he zooms uphill. Hopefully hold on to that pole position. Just burning all that rubber, leaving all that rubber on the road. Exciting stuff. P-Dog Peyton in 7th. Looks like we've been seeing a lot of switches throughout kind of the lower half portion of the race. VWA Clyde in 6th place as we have a minute 20 left in qualifying. Take a look at Stimson. That Red Bull machine powered by Tag Heuer. Probably butchered that name. I apologize. It looks like he's going to start his final lap of qualifying. And let's ride with him. See how he does. Stimson finishing, I believe, 3rd last week. Yes, finished 3rd. Behind Cardenas Key, also known as Rosares, just recently changed his gamer tag name, so he'll be now known as that. The Australians finished 1-2 at the Spanish Grand Prix. As we ride with Dubsy for the last of his laps. Your current pole sitter. He's going to go in. And there's a view of what pit lane looks like. If any of you were curious to wonder. But there it is. So in a little bit, I'm going to drop out of the race and then rejoin. And hopefully nothing bad will happen nothing bad will happen, just like whatever happened last week. You can see the cars. No. So now we have a bit of lull in the action since I can't exactly change it. Let's go over the constructor standings. Ferrari in the lead with 42 points, followed by Mercedes 36 points. Minor with 34 points, tied with, not tied with Williams, excuse me. Williams in fourth with 24 points. Red Bull in with 22 points. Toro Rosso in with 19. Haas with 7. Renault with 6. And McLaren Honda with 1. And Force India and last with 0. Let's take a look at the race calendar ahead in just a bit. And UGA Bulldogs posting no time, so interesting about that. So I'm going to go off mic for a second, and I'm going to quit and then rejoin. So stay with me as we'll return.